How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review. Not just any review, though. A little bit of mystery beer, courtesy of my boy, Jerome. He sent off a box of mostly mystery beers. There was one non-mystery beer in the bunch. Can I actually review that one tonight, too? That was Red Poppy from Lost Abbey. But, yeah. He dropped off. This is not my first beer mail from Jerome. He kind of sends them off as like a ninja style, and then I actually have no idea that they're coming my way. But yeah, what do we have here? From a distance, that looks pretty much like an old school hazy. And by old school hazy, I mean like your Midwest kind of Chicagoland kind of hazy and like Two Hearted kind of deal. So it's kind of like an old school kind of double IPA with a soft haze to it. 3/4 of pinky finger. Just off Whitehead, already lacing on the glass. But yeah, I mean, from a distance, she just looks like kind of an old kind of IPA. Let's see if you get a nose on her. She kind of smells like that. I mean, it's orange leaning. There's not a big bittering component to it. There's not a big like a piney or any kind of West Coast vibes to it. It's more that kind of East Coast, if not, like I said, like a Midwest, like your kind of your Bells, your what's that other one? God, what do I think of? Daisy, the people that make Daisy Cutter, why can't I think of their name? I don't know, Half Acre. Big orange vibes, but it's more like an orange marmalade vibes. Definitely somebody's kind of double IPA, if not eking towards a double IPA. You get kind of a malty sweetness. Doesn't come out overly malty, more of like a kind of cane brown sugary kind of sweetness to it. It doesn't smell too bad, to be perfectly honest with you. I can get down with kind of an old school double IPA. Let's dive into it. Cheers. Yeah, this is Two Hearted all the way. I mean, it has that kind of rich, but an overly sweetened malt character. It's a sweet beer, but the malt is living, bringing that sweetness to the table. It's not like a refined sugar or like a brewer sugar, kind of getting that kind of sweetness and that ABV to where it needs to be. So it's slightly malt forward, definitely sweet. Orange rind, orange pith, orange flesh. The whole gamut of an orange is in there. With a little bit of kind of like it's almost like you take like fresh oranges and mix it with a little bit of kind of orange marmalade, orange apricot kind of jamminess to it. Not that it's overly jammy, but it has that sweetness to it. It's not up there like hard candy sweetness or like a confectionery sweetness. It's more just kind of that rich kind of jammy, crystallized kind of sweetener kind of sweetness to it. Man, let's put it this way. If this is not Two Hearted, and I don't think it is, the only reason I don't think it is because if you just peek, you can actually see the metal on the can there. I don't think Two Hearted. If it comes in cans, I'm pretty sure it's a full wrap, so I don't think it's Two Hearted, but I'm saying whoever made this, loves Two Hearted. That's what this beer was like. The brewers, I drank the shit out of this beer. I want to duplicate that, and that's what they did here. And it's really well done. I mean, it's sweet, but not overly sweet. The orange is big in your face, but it's not juicy or kind of new school over the top. It's very old school. There's a little bit of soft bittering, kind of herbally bittering to kind of balance off a little bit of that, but it's definitely kind of more of that orange kind of sweetness going on. I like it. I think it's tasty. It's not a new school hazy, so some people might not dig on this beer, but I think it's really well done. I mean, this is definitely somebody's version of Two Hearted. So what do I think this is? I think this is a 7.4% double IPA. If someone wants to call it a single IPA, have at it. Done. There's no additions to it. There's no lactose. There's no fruit added. It is a core 4 beer. Hop-driven, malt-driven, not like that new school use brewer sugars to get where you need to go in a double IPA realm. Done and done. So let's see what the sucker has. This should slip right off. Yeah, buddy. So you got to watch these ones that slip off. You got to be careful you don't slip them off by accident. So, who is this? This is Ithaca. Okay, this is Flower Power. Are you serious? I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. When I was sitting there, he actually taped it on the inside so it doesn't come off easily. There you go. Thank you very much, Jerome. The India Pale Ale. I mean, man, with Galaxy hops, how old is this? I don't see a date in the bottom. They do some kind of weird thing. They do like a Julian code thing in the bottom there. Man, I would have not guessed this being Flower Power, 7.2%, so it was pretty much right there. So it's kind of like eking towards a double IPA Flower Power with Galaxy hops. So it's a Galaxy hopped version of Flower Power. So that's the difference we have going on here. This is delicious. I mean, it's funny because it kind of lands exactly where I thought it would be, which is has a little bit of new school going on, but it has that like old school IPA. I mean, Flower Power is one of the OGs of the IPA realm, and I think this is really well done. It's still very much an old school style beer. It has a little bit extra going on. It definitely just sings of a two-hearted to me. And I dig it. I think it's fun. I think it's well made. And honestly, if anybody kind of poops on this, then they just, I mean, you don't like it. It's not your jam. I get it. But if you just pooping on it, it's just because you don't like this style of beer. Not necessarily that it's a bad made beer. It's a really well made beer. And it kind of just makes me makes me happy. So yeah, let's talk about it. It's one of the better double IPAs. I keep calling it a double IPA, calling it an IPA. One of the better hop forward beers I've had. Is like, it's in the conversation. It's not towards the top, but it really does a thing to make my kind of heart go a little bit aflutter and get kind of happy about it. Yeah, this is a fun beer. Thank you very much, Jerome. Bag availability, it's Flower Power. I mean, sure, it's the Galaxy hopped version of Flower Power. I don't know who sees that or where it goes. I assume with Jerome being here in Jersey that he can kind of get this off his shelf. I assume you can because it's Ithaca. And leave you with, if you like what will you like this, and our price point's probably good. If you like old school IPAs, but you want a little bit of new school, you like Flower Power, you want something a little bit beefier, if you like Two Hearted, you will like this beer. It's kind of where this one lands in a really well done fashion. I dig this. I think it's fun. It's tasty. Done and done. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the mystery beer. If you want to join in, the only way I can do mystery beers is if from help from you out there. It's like a PBS commercial right now. So if you feel like sending some mystery beers off, feel free to reach out to me, massivebeers@gmail.com. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, beer, Massive Beers, all on that stuff. Beer Massive, if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little Galaxy hopped Flower Power right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.